Alright, it's time for a massive flagship comparison. I wanted to compare the Valk 3 Elite, the GAN 356XS, the GTS3M, and the MGC Elite. All of these cubes could and are most likely people's mains at the moment, and we all know that I've preferred the GTS3M for some time now, and there is a chance I could be switching mains. At the end, I will reveal which one of these 4 cubes is my main moving forward. In this video, I'll compare all of these and grade them on the following: size, weight, and price, corner cutting, magnetic strength, turning, and tensioning. Again, ultimately, I'll be disclosing which one of these I'll be maining at the end, as well as which cube scored best overall. Real fast, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to click on that subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the size, weight, and price, the Valk 3 Elite is 55.5 millimeters. It weighs 78 grams. It costs $44.95 on speedcubeshop.com. The GAN 356XS is 56 millimeters, weighs 69 grams, costs $59.95 on speedcubeshop.com. The GTS3M is 56 millimeters. It weighs 92 grams. It costs $34.95 on speedcubeshop.com. And last, the MGC Elite is 55.5 millimeters, weighs 85 grams, costs $22.95 on speedcubeshop.com. In the end, these all get 1 point because it's hard to place preference on size, weight, and price because all cubers are created differently. Personally, for the price and value, I'm gonna go with the GTS3M because again, it's an incredible cube for $34.95. Given that it's extremely stable, has strong magnets, and boasts a dual adjustment system, the value is a slam dunk. Up next, let's compare some corner cutting. Starting with the Valk 3 Elite, I wasn't initially too excited about the corner cutting, and still, it's just not amazing. Its corner cutting is right around that 50-degree mark, and it's probably going to be lowest on the list. Now, again, it didn't really bother me because the turning was just so amazing. Up next, with the GAN 356XS, and it's actually worse than I thought I remembered. It's around that same 50-degree mark like the Valk 3 Elite, so not super impressed, and for being nearly $60 for the cube, that's just even a little more sad. Next, let's look at the GTS3M. So I'm cutting right around that 55-degree mark, and this is feeling more like a flagship cube. Nowadays, it kind of feels odd to have a cube that come out that isn't cutting around that 55-degree mark, so there you go. Lastly, let's look at the MGC Elite. So I'm also getting a 55-degree cut on this cube. So funny enough, both these cubes cost less and is sitting around that 55-degree mark. So comparing all these, I'm gonna have to give the points to the GTS3M and the MGC Elite for cutting at 55 degrees. If this is important to you, don't assume the highest price cube will yield the greatest corner cutting results. Up next, let's look at the magnetic strength. Since 3 of these cubes have multiple options for magnetic strength, I'm going to test them all at the highest strength option, since you can always go down in strength for the GAN XS, the Valk 3 Elite, and the MGC Elite. So working our way backwards, starting with the MGC Elite. It has 2 settings that can be adjusted on the edge piece, and comparing on the highest setting, it feels more like a medium strength magnet to me. Don't get me wrong, it feels proportional to the cube's needs, but it's kind of lacking what I personally prefer. So up next with the GTS3M, this has always hit the mark for me magnetic wise. I get such a strong bump. Obviously it's on the heavy side, and it's certainly more of a stable cube, exactly what I need. Sadly, it only comes with 1 option, so there is no customization option for this cube. Next, we have the GAN 356XS. This has 3 magnetic settings that can be adjusted by the edge piece. Testing on the highest setting, it's also very strong and feels great in proportion to the light cube. This is not only light, but very stable, and I love how it feels. For the price, it should feel mind-blowingly good. Last, we have the Valk 3 Elite. This cube has 3 different magnetic settings that are adjusted on the center cap, so it's pretty dang cool. On top of that, it has 96 magnets in this cube. So testing on the highest setting, It's also very stable and has a really strong magnetic field. Given that it's already pretty light, the heavy magnets kind of feel strong, and I personally prefer the medium magnets in this cube. So given that 3 of these have really strong magnets, I'm going to have to award the points to the cubes that can be adjusted to offer a wider range of feels. So in this case, the GAN 356 XS and the Valk 3 Elite are gonna win in this case. Up next, let's compare the turning feel. Starting with the GTS3M, when I'm turning, this is so stable. I personally love the ridges and how blocky this cube feels. Given that it's been my main for so long now, it's hard to get past how perfectly dialed in this cube feels for me. If you just can't stand the bulky cubes and with strong magnets, this is probably not the cube for you. It will never be anything different because you can't customize a feel aside from tensioning. Up next, let's try the MGC Elite. Going from the GTS3M to the MGC Elite, it's kind of like a whole different feel. Medium magnets and a lighter frame. This cube is good, but not very stable. It does offer a custom feel with the tension adjustment system, as well as its magnets, but the strength is limited to medium and light ranges. Up next, let's go with the GAN 356 XS. I'm honestly loving this cube more and more. It's light yet stable and has a wide range of customizable features to help you dial in this cube without changing any of the hardware out. On the downside, its matted pieces feel slightly powdery in my hands, and I don't have a real confident grip with this cube. If it were straight up glossy, this may be a total slam dunk. Last, I have the Valk 3 Elite. This cube feels great. Simply put, it's not perfectly stable, but it's not perfectly strong on the magnetic front, but all around, this cube is very well balanced. The cube offers a solid range of feels that would probably fit any cuber's needs. It's also slightly smaller and feels great in my hands, and the glossy pieces give me more of a confident grip. If I had to take all these cubes and nail down the feel, I'm awarding the points to the Valk 3 Elite, the GTS3M, and the GAN 356 XS. I personally love the feel of the Valk 3 Elite the most overall, so there you have it. Lastly, let's look at the tensioning systems and compare them. Pulling off all the caps and diving into them one at a time, I'm going to start with the Valk 3 Elite. This honestly feels the most basic out of the 4 as far as spring compressioning systems go. It has 3 different spring settings, which come in red, the strongest setting, green, the lightest setting, and it comes stock with the clear setting, which is the medium feel. It needs to be adjusted by screw only, which is pretty mind-blowing given the fact that this is a premium flagship cube, so I'm not very impressed with that. Next, which is the third least exciting tensioning system, is the GTS3M. As much as I dig this cube, the dual adjustment system is just outdated to me. Aside from the screw, which is understandable, the adjustment system needs a tool, and there is no number to tell you which setting you're on. You kinda have to count the clicks from the null setting. Okay, the next is slightly more exciting. It is the MGC Elite, which is similar to the GTS3M. Only differences are that you can adjust this by hand, and there are numbers to help you quickly set all sides evenly. I like this because MGC hit the mark for this cube. Lastly, and most innovative tensioning system is the GAN 356 XS. Can you blame GAN for hitting this out of the park completely? Aside from having a hand-adjusted part, you can further adjust the tensioning with this adjustment tool. Since there are no screws on this, you get a perfectly even tension on every side, guaranteed. I absolutely love that. So given all these cubes have different adjustment options, I'm awarding points only to the GAN 356 XS, being that it gets perfectly tensioned and is amazing since GAN was able to accomplish this without any screws is even more impressive. So as much as I'd like to break these down for you, this video honestly doesn't need that. I've showed you all the internals in their unboxings, and I'm happy to link those in the description below. So let's go ahead and see where these cubes landed points-wise. Starting with the GTS3M, it was awarded points for size, weight, and price, corner cutting, and turning for a total of 3 points. The Valk 3 Elite was awarded for points in size, weight, and price, magnets, and turning for 3 points. The MGC Elite was awarded for size, weight, and price, as well as corner cutting for 2 points. And lastly, the GAN 356 XS is awarded for size, weight, and price, magnets, turning, and tensioning for 4 points. So the overall points winner goes to the GAN 356 XS, which is honestly no shock. However, I wanted to reveal to you which cube is going to be my main as of now moving forward. I've had a chance to really play with all these cubes extensively, and I've had a chance to really get a feel for what I like. At this time, I have 4 cubes that are in contention for this honor. Out of the 4 cubes, the Valk 3 Elite, GTS3M, MGC Elite, and the GAN 356 XS, I want you to write in the comments which cube you think I'll be maining. I'll give you a few seconds to write your answer. Once you write your answer down in the comments, I want you to give this video a like, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, going from the 4 cubes, I'm gonna start with the GTS3M and the MGC Elite. So I'm gonna be picking the GTS3M, moving on to the next round. Out of the Valk 3 Elite and the GAN 356 XS, I'm gonna have to go with the Valk 3 Elite. Okay, now it's down to the GTS3M and the Valk 3 Elite. This was honestly a very hard decision for me because both of these feel amazing in their own regard. And I choose the Valk 3 Elite. I know this scored lower on points, but ultimately this cube is virtually what I need once it's dialed in. To give you an idea of what my setup is for this, I have it on the red springs, the clear magnets, and I've lubed this with Martian and a 1/4 cc of Controleus. Ultimately, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these cubes. Given what you saw, do you agree with me? Yes? No? Ultimately, it's up to me when it comes to what I personally like in a cube. So for now, that's gonna do it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Be sure you're also using discount code HERO at checkout for any and all speedcubeshop.com orders. Don't forget to give this video a like as well as comment any thoughts or questions below. Additionally, I started a merch site, so don't hesitate to check out the link in the description and consider supporting my channel. Lastly, follow me on Instagram as well as join my Discord. Links in the description. And until next time, happy cubing.